This is Spokane's North Hill. We're about 3 blocks east of Division and 3 blocks north of North Foothills Drive. It's the intersection of Lidgerwood and Fairview. It also is the intersection of Lidgerwood and Mayfair. We're here to find out what this out-of-the-way spot, young Bing Crosby, and the Camaro or Mustang of snow sleds have to do with the most listened-to song in world history. Now, before TV, video games, or cell phones, snow sledding was the thing to do during the winter in Spokane. The city and surrounding areas boasted some of the best sledding hills, most of which have since been sacrificed for condos, housing developments, even landfills. Kids of all ages could grab almost anything flat, usually toboggans or coasters, get a boost from buddies, or take a confident run on their own to their highest speed and then land on their bellies to zip down the slope. The early part of the 20th century saw a disruptor in the snow sled world, the flexible flyer. Unlike toboggans or coasters, which required the sledder to drag a toe or a heel on either side in order to steer, the flexible flyer had a wooden crossbar built into its nose end to allow a sitting rider to steer with their feet or a tow rope, or, for those with the real need for speed, to lay down, face toward the front, steer with their arms. You might say it was the muscle car of the time. And in December 1916, 13-year-old Bing Crosby wanted a flexible flyer more than anything else in the entire world. That winter, Bing grabbed every chance he could to earn the money he'd need to buy one. He knew his dad, Harry Crosby, could not afford such an extravagance. Bing would write to his friend Ed Sullivan decades later, "Under the tree, for me, on Christmas morning, was a shiny, flexible flyer with a red, white, and blue eagle on the center board. To me, there wasn't a more beautiful sight in the whole wide world." When the Crosby family celebrated Mass that morning here at St. Aloysius Church, Bing had to leave his precious flexible flyer outside. He dashed out as soon as the service was over, but his heart sank. A group of teenagers stood around his prized sledge. "I had a horrible thought that one of the cars had run over the sled and that my friends were examining the ruins," he wrote. "When I reached the group, I heard oohs and ahs. There was my sled, just as bright and shiny as ever, and in one whole beautiful piece." Soon, Bing joined his friends here on Lidgerwood Hill to take his flexible flyer through his paces. And unlike December of 2024, the clouds had left several inches of snow. It was perfect for sledding. Now remember I said this was Christmas Day 1916? Fast forward 25 years to the day, December 25th, 1941. On that day, Bing gave to the world a gift that continues to be treasured to this day. Less than 3 weeks after the December 7th bombing of Pearl Harbor, Bing sang White Christmas for the first time in public.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
He worked behind the scenes to introduce the Irving Berlin song during his NBC Kraft Music Hall radio program, in part to help Americans heal from the tragedy and remind service personnel and the nation what we were fighting for. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Bing's version of White Christmas is still the best-selling single of all time. And in December 2024, Bing topped new charts, including a duet of White Christmas with V from BTS. I'd like to think that all of those years after that, when Bing was asked to sing White Christmas, that for just a moment he thought of that Christmas back in 1916 in Spokane on this hill and his flexible flyer. Bing ended his letter to Ed Sullivan, quote, I have traveled many different roads in my motion picture career, but that road up Lidgerwood Hill brings to mind the sweetest memories of all.
Your days be merry and bright.